Mhm. Hello, people. Good evening, everyone. Guys, we are back again today, and you can see Dipanjan with me. And we would be discussing something about data science, then artificial intelligence, then machine learning. That is what we thought of covering today. The reason for scheduling this particular call is because few of the people who are there in our group have been trying to get some requirements. They are trying to get placed, but they are not getting adequate requirements. So while having a discussion with Dipanjan yesterday, we thought, okay, let's try to come up with a webinar wherein actually we can address those people, because I am really like not coming through data science requirements. And when I was actually having a word with Dipanjan, he gave me about a different aspect to it. So people should be aware about this thing, and that is how it would be helpful for them. So that is what brings us to this particular webinar. So all the people who are there in data science, who are aspiring to become a data scientist, who is interested in artificial intelligence, who is interested in machine learning and related stuff, be there. This webinar would be for you. And Dipanjan, as you all know, he is the same person who has worked in DRDO earlier, and now he is about to join TCS as a part of research and development team. So Dipanjan, welcome you back once again to the platform, and I'm sure that people would be enjoying this particular session, which is going to be very excited.
Thank you, Ben.
Great. So this was the background, Dipanjan. Okay, this was the background. So people are somewhat like trying to get jobs, but somewhat struggling. So we want to set a particular contest. What should people do, and what exactly consists of a job description? If you can throw some light on that. So अब अगर अपन बात करें जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन के बारे में, तो डेटा साइंस में जो रहता जनरली जो रहता इन जनरल व्हाट एग्जैक्टली कैन बी द जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन फॉर डेटा साइंस, अपन ये थोड़ा सा टच करेंगे. देन वी वुड टॉक अबाउट द स्किल सेट्स, जो कि स्किल सेट्स रहते हैं डेटा साइंस के लिए, एआई के लिए क्या चाहिए, फिर देन अकॉर्डिंगली विल ग्रेजुअली पुल आउट द डिस्कशन ऑफ फ्रॉम देयर. ठीक है, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट इन दिस मैनर. दीपांजन, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ये
Yeah.
जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शंस जो रहते हैं, जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शंस जो रहते हैं, सो व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इनमें कुछ सिमिलैरिटीज रहती है, ये वेरीड रहता है, वास्ट रहता है, व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज दिस?
Basically, data scientist is, I told you, it's very huge area. So it touches various aspects. As in, there are people who just work with visualization, as in they just describe the data. Like whatever raw data I have, I just put it in a paper or put it in a dashboard, and then you can get a lot of insights out of it. So you basically put it in terms of graphs, or you put it in pie charts or something like that, so that people can understand what is there in the data. So tables are very huge, so you cannot understand just by looking into a table or into a database that what's going on. So yeah, the visualization is a part of a data scientist's job. And apart from that, there are people who work with collection and storage of data. So there are people who build crawlers actually to get data from web pages and then put it in a database or put it in a flat file. So you can collect data from internet. So it requires some statistics knowledge as well. Or you can even generate surveys and you can talk to people. There are hundreds of ways to collect data. There are some websites which are designed in such a way that every input is stored in a database. So like you ask the input from the customer and then it's stored somehow. Like let's say Amazon, you buy something and it's each and everything is stored in the database, like who purchased what item and everything. So there are hundreds of ways in which data collection can occur. And then the visualization aspect is the another aspect where a data scientist can get a job. And there is this modeling as well as to where people who are into machine learning and artificial intelligence, they can actually use the data and then they can use it for prediction or classification. I mean, they can use different algorithms and then come up with some predictions. Like with the present data available, if you give a unseen data, then what should be the predicted outcome, or what exactly this is? Like if you are, let's say, classifying a giraffe, dog, and cat, something like that, so you can even get a classification. So there are huge aspects to where a data scientist is useful. Even some data scientists are expected to know AI/ML, and AI/ML people are also, I mean, they should be knowing statistics and everything. So yeah, so it's a huge thing. You should look at your job description while applying, because data scientist is very huge. You can find only visualizations in some places. You can find only data collection in some places. In some places, you can even find machine learning algorithms. Should be able to develop machine learning algorithms. So yeah, uh, I think you're in mute.
ओके सो इट्स
Sorry.
बेसिकली अ वेरी ह्यूज एंड वास्ट फील्ड और उसमें रिक्वायरमेंट्स जो रहते हैं अपने पास वो तो जनरली आने के चांसेस बहुत ज्यादा है because more and more things are this Amazon, as you gave an example, more and more things these things are using wherein people requires to be there with that huge data. So वहाँ पर जो है chances आएंगे तो visualization जो है and there are few stuff. So basically overall I understood that के requirements आने के chances ज्यादा है और vast field है, so there are expected to be many jobs around. अगर अगर इसकी अपन स्किल सेट की
Yeah,
बात करें
that is.
दीपांजलि, वी टॉक अबाउट द स्किल सेट, अगर तो व्हाट एग्जैक्टली अब कैन यू जस्ट से समथिंग अबाउट दैट स्किल सेट्स के बारे में, व्हाट
Yeah,
एग्जैक्टली
Python.
पर्सन एक्वायर और हाउ शुड ही वर्क टू बिल्ड हिज रेज्यूमे, जो कि जनरली उसको जॉब्स अवेलेबल रहेगा, उसके लिए जॉब्स मिलने के लिए कौन सा इजी रहेगा?
Okay. So in terms of job, then it is better to go for Python and R, which are like very famous nowadays. So Python, you should know those libraries, which are the standard libraries. Apart from the standard libraries, the ML libraries and plotting libraries, you should be knowing about them. You should be good with SQL as well if the company is dealing with databases. If they are dealing with flat files, then you should have like good knowledge with Excel. And apart from that, you should be good with statistics, and mathematics would be a very plus. Otherwise, people work on intuitive level. That is also fine, but I would prefer that you should know mathematics better and then you should learn this. So yeah, so Python is very good. SQL also good. You should know them. And yeah, others are and all. There are requirements, but
Okay, okay. So basically, people who want to do this, they should be good at Python. They should be aware of SQL. If they are keeping to get a job in mind, these things are going to help them. If suppose I want to be a data scientist, I should be good at Python. I should also be good at SQL. I should be good at statistics, and I should be good at mathematics. So these all are the basic skill sets that the person should anyhow have if he or she wants to be a data scientist. If I have
There are some companies which also test your data science algorithm skills. So you should be, I mean, it's not like compulsory. Not all companies ask you DSA questions, but still, like if you're good with DSA, then you can be very confident enough when you go for an interview. So
data
yeah,
sciences algorithms, that is DSA,
data structures and algorithms. Yeah.
data structures and algorithms. So that thing also comes apart from these four things, right? If a person wants to be a data
Yeah.
scientist, Python is one thing which he should be aware of. Another thing is SQL. Then comes he should be very good at mathematics. Then DSA, you said data structure algorithms, you said, and SQL. So these are the five things that a person should be aware of. Should definitely be aware of. He or she may or may not be asked about DSA, but for other things they are which are generally asked, but it should be that you are preparing for DSA as well. That would help in you clearing or getting more of the chances of getting interviewed, or more requirements would come in your favor if in case you are aware of all five things. That is how it is, isn't it, Dipanjan?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. So current challenge, Dipanjan, is that people like freshers, now freshers ke liye we are not getting much jobs. What exactly might be the thing there? Because like I'm really like I get so many requirements from different sources, but when people ask me like data science, I have hardly got some 2 to 3 requirements in last 2 weeks or so. So the chances, the requirements which wherein people look for a fresher data scientist, पंगे चल रहे हैं. There are some challenges out there. Why exactly?
Yeah.
What do you think about this? And
Actually,
how should a
companies.
person plan?
Yeah. Actually, companies they always prefer not non-freshers and experienced people than freshers. And also, there are so many courses out there which guarantee placements, and also they try to hire from those kind of places as well. And they don't find actually the right people. Otherwise, it would be very easier for companies to hire people. So there are huge requirements. Actually, if you go through Naukri.com and AngelList, you'll find a lot of jobs. As in, I used to apply for, let's say, 100 companies in 2 days. So huge number of demand is there. So yeah,
So
you will
even for
find
a
a
fresher,
lot of job.
even for a
No,
fresher.
actually, I have tried for for a fresher. You should have a lot of you should have a portfolio of your skills, so that you can give them your GitHub, and then so that they can go through it, and at least they should have that idea in mind that you're not exactly a fresher. Like you have done some work in data science and MLAI. So that is one thing to it.
Okay, so basically, if is a fresher is applying for a data scientist job, he should have done some projects in the background. That is what
Yeah.
it should be, right?
Yeah,
So he should
basically
have
when you
had.
go for an interview, they'll ask you based on the data sets you have worked with. As in, like you have worked with certain set of data sets, and you tell them, okay, I've worked with MNIST data set. So they can ask you questions related to that kind of data set. So if you have worked on projects, then it will be easy for you to communicate what you know to the interviewer, and even interviewer can understand that is this the person I need. So it will be easy both ways. But if you are like, okay, I know these things, knowing doesn't help because they cannot ask you the proper set of questions. Like, okay, have you worked with this kind of data sets? Yeah. Have you worked with classification models? Okay, what did you use? So it will go in a different way. If you just go there and like without any knowledge on, without project experience, then they will ask you random questions and it will go somewhere, your interview. So it's better to have a lot of projects and have some data sets in your mind so that you can discuss it with your interviewer.
Okay. And what can be the option? I mean, where should they explore these jobs? If suppose if they have done all these projects, then where are the possibilities of they getting more jobs? Any specific industry or any specific thing wherein they can try for this?
Yeah, there are many analytics firms and there are even engineering firms are starting to hire data scientists, but they prefer experienced ones. So if you have references, if you have someone who can refer you, that would be best. If not, then you have to contact through LinkedIn, you have to try through Naukri.com, have an awesome resume, make a good portfolio. So that way you can get some visibility.
Okay,
So there
so
are,
basic. Hmm.
yeah.
So basic thing is that the person, the requirements for freshers, we have to really put in hard effort to get that. And there are some companies which are into analytics. These companies will be in a position to give you much more opportunities. And this is the phase which is currently burning and more expected requirements are expected to come in. Any specific name that you can take, Dipanjan, when it comes to this analytics industry? Any specific
There is,
companies which are like gearing up?
yeah, Fractal Analytics, and then there are many analytics firms like Fractal Analytics, then Tiger Analytics, Bridge Eye to Eye. I mean, these are these huge demand for data scientists. So they usually for college placements every time and take huge number of people. So that way, like they have huge demand for data scientists. And apart from that, even Shell had opening for data scientists. Like many engineering firms also, like even civil engineering companies have openings for data scientists. So it's a lot of firms use people with this kind of skills. So you have
Okay,
to keep
what I will
searching.
do.
Even Michelin was a company where they required data scientists. So
Okay. So I would need one help of yours, Dipanjan, maybe after this particular meeting. If you can
yeah,
just write down few names of the companies which generally requires this for Shell, Michelin, or few analytical firms, then probably while sharing this with the people, we would just update it in the description and we would also share it in the WhatsApp group. So
yeah,
that would
sure,
be
sure, sure.
helpful, Dipanjan, huh? That should be
Sure, fine,
helpful.
fine. And
And
IT
okay.
companies are also there. So like Accenture, Capgemini, and then TCS
हाँ.
as well. So
So
yeah, they are
requirements
also
keep coming, requirements आते रहते हैं,
like
but हाँ, if these
like
are
in
the few.
Accenture, I was always seeing that senior scientist and data analyst is always open in LinkedIn. I mean, I just came to know from LinkedIn. that it's always there. Like
Okay.
even if it goes down for some time, it again appears there. So there is a good requirement of data scientists.
अच्छा, वो तो एक्सेंचर में है और काफी सारे कंपनीज में पीपल विल हैव टू ट्राई टू एक्सप्लोर मोर एंड मोर थिंग्स. They have to maximize the efforts, and that makes the possibility of increasing it. But the thing is, in order to get selected, you should have done some projects under your belt. Or Dipanjan, how about the people who have not done some projects? What would be the suggestion for them?
I think they should start doing projects as soon as possible if they're a fresher. If not, then they already should be having projects under them. So it's better you should start doing projects. At least four, three, four at least will be better. So you start with Kaggle and keep. Yes, sir.
Yeah, continue. Go ahead, Dipanjan.
Yeah, I'm saying that you can start with Kaggle competitions. You no need to be like the champion in that competition, but at least you play with the data set, put it in a resume that you have worked with this is the accuracy, or this is the statistics of the test which you have done, I mean the model which you have made. So that way you can get more visibility. So you have to have a lot of projects under your belt. No other go. So
Cadle is the same thing, Dipanjan, right? Which you were saying that there is a website wherein a person can update all the projects, and
yeah,
that
yeah,
is Cadle, right?
it's Kaggle. It's a data science community wherein you can look at other people's code. You can even download the data sets. You can play with it and upload your own codes there. So
Okay, yeah. So, guys, the valuable information coming here. Hope you are making notes of it. I would be asking Dipanjan to forward some names to us, this Cadel and all these things, so that people who are not aware can get something into it. And if you have already done these projects, you can start applying for these options like analytical industries, requirements companies, which like analytical sorry like analytical companies which Dipanjan has said that those are coming up. Try to explore that option. Then engineering companies which he has also highlighted, Shell is there, then few more other names which he has taken. And when it comes to software companies, and Accenture is the one who has been coming up with requirements. You have to go through the career pages of these companies. You have to update your resume there. You have to take some time. You have to put that one extra effort that would make you different from others. And that would be what you have to do, how you have to come up and identify, go ahead in that particular direction. Okay, this will help you. If you have done some projects, the possibility of you getting selected
think
increases.
your yeah.
Okay, if you have done projects, 3 to 4 projects, then the possibility of you getting selected increases. So this is what I am able to make out of that. People who have done 3 to 4 projects, or people who have even not done these projects, but who are good at Python. See, first of all, one first thing, you should be good at Python, you should be good at SQL, you should be good at mathematics, you should be good at DSA, data structure algorithms. These 4 things. What was fifth, Dipanjan? What am I missing?
uh,
Python was there, SQL was there, mathematics was
Statistics, I
there,
think, yeah.
statistics.
Statistics.
You should be good with these 5 things. If you have these 5 things, then you are good enough to go. Then start applying. Okay, see how interviews goes on. If you see that the selection ratio is less, if you feel that you are not getting selected, and still if then you want to get selected or make your career still in as a data scientist, then you have to work on what Dipanjan has correctly said. You have to try to build up step by step, so that you get into this. Start working on those projects. The Cadle, the community, data scientist community, which Dipanjan has just highlighted. Go ahead, see what all projects are there. Try to make your profile, or try to upload your projects there. And that is going to give you visibility. And while doing all this stuff, this is what I am able to make out, Dipanjan. Can these people still keep applying for Python jobs or SQL jobs till the time they do all these things in meanwhile? Or what exactly would be your suggestion, or what exactly would be your points on this?
If they have interest in web development, they can go for web development. If you're good with Python, I mean, using Python, if you want to develop some web applications, you can even be a DBA, database administrator, if you're very good with SQL. So yeah, there are a lot of job opportunities you can apply to if you have these set of skills. If you want to be a good data scientist, if you are knowing all of them very nicely, then you can apply for a huge set of jobs.
सही है. So this is how you do. First, start applying for jobs. Whether you have done projects or not, start applying for the jobs. We would be sharing some names with the companies. Some you would get some idea about what how you should start. Start applying for the jobs. If in case you get selected, it's well and good. If you do not get selected, if you have not done those 4 to 5 projects which you can actually talk, if it is things are messing up in an interview, try to build up step by step towards that particular path. Then do these particular projects, log into that particular site, and ensure that you have your own id, and then we start working towards it. And meanwhile, the thing is that what should you do? So if in case you get a job which is related to sql, which is related to web development, which is related to python, go ahead and do this. This would keep the engine moving. And in background you have to do all these 5 preparations. You have to good about all these things. Python you have to be good at, SQL you have to be good at, you have to be good at mathematics, you have to be good at statistics, you have to be good at DSA. All 5 things you have to be good at. Prepare for these things and meanwhile keep working. And that is what is going to help you people. So isn't it, Dipanjan? That is what the perfect way
Yeah,
to put it as, right?
sure, yeah.
Mm. So this is what I wanted to basically cover, Dipanjan. Any few things that you would like to add? Any more suggestions?
If you are a fresher and if you're trying for a job right away, then you should apply for a lot of companies, because you should not be disheartened that I'm applying for 50 companies and no one is calling me back. So you should not be disheartened by that. You keep applying as many companies as possible. So you will get some hit rate, but still you should apply for a huge number of companies. So that is one of the advice I would like to give. And yeah, every time you apply for a company, you just look at the job description and change your resume accordingly. Don't just blindly send your resume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is most important thing, guys. Multiply your efforts. Multiply your efforts. That is the good thing about our platform, people. We do not blindly just keep sharing requirements with you. We have been telling you what you should do and what you should not do, how to explore the opportunities. And other than that, the experts, the mentors which are there in our platform, like Dipanjan, they are trying to guide you that what exactly you should do to get to exactly the place where you want to be. So this is what is going to be more impact when all these things comes together. And that is when the thing would happen. So ensure that people, you all put all these things into practice. The what all Dipanjan has said, what all we have been sharing, it makes sense. Multiply your efforts. This thing has been said for a reason, because if you are not multiplying effort, 10 people will apply for one opportunity, 1 person will get selected, 9 person will not get selected. So they have to keep multiplying for opportunities. They can't wait till the time they get feedback for that particular requirement for 1 month or so, and after 1 month they realize that okay, they have not been selected. So it's an assumption, it's understood that you have to apply for more and more opportunities, because the jobs are less when we compare to the requirement, the people who are trying to get placed. So that is how I would like to put it. So ensure that whatever has been said is happening now, and start applying. And I'm sure that you would feel the difference. Few people who are asking me some questions, go through this particular webinar, and it would be very helpful for you. Okay, anything else, Dipanjan?
No, nothing else to add.
Okay, chalo guys. Guys, with this note, I would like to close this particular webinar. Apply all those things which you have just said. If you have not worked on those projects, work on those projects. If you are not able to clear the interviews, go ahead and get selected for SQL, Python, web development, and meanwhile prepare for all the 5 skill sets that we have spoken about. And that is how the scope of you getting placed as a fresher increases. We would be helping you with the names of the companies. Even freshers along with the experienced people can explore opportunities to get placed in these particular companies and in this particular field as well. So hope you take care, people. Start applying. All the best soon, assuming that you will get the job. Till then, bye bye. We will see you in the next upcoming video. Bye, people. Take care. All right. Hey, Dipanjan, he is the one. Okay, he's my son. he has made it a habit. Like whenever I'm bidding bye to the people, he's ensuring that he comes and he says bye. He's sitting there from last half an hour.
Bye
I
bye.
want to come in a video. I want to come in a video. So Irfan,
Okay, okay. Hi. Okay, see you. Bye bye.
okay, chalo, chalo, bye. Chalo, take care, guys. Take care. We'll catch you up in some next video. Till then, put all this practice into picture. Take care. Bye bye. Cheers. Bye bye.